What's shake? What's good? What's great? Hey! Welcome to all Rappity Raps to check in. I am your girl Tiye, the host of the day. Today is July 4th, 2023. Hey! 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 What's goody? You know what it is. If you don't, allow me to inform you, baby cakes. Let me tell you what I'm all about. Let me tell you what this all about. All Rappity Raps to check in is a daily hip-hop and entertainment broadcast featuring discussions about current events and topics as they relate to the condition of the culture. Okay? The culture of hip-hop and entertainment. Can you dig it? Is you with it? Can you dig it? Is you with it? Let's get it. Let's get it. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's dig it, dig it, dig it, and let's get it. Get it, get it. Oh, 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 oh. Yo, I want to spark it before I talk it. Gotta spark it before I talk it out. I gotta spark it before I talk about today's topic. Today's topic is album sales. Album sales and popularity. So, you know, I've been wondering what album sales really mean in the era of streams. You know, like, you have so many songs that are popular, so many people that go viral on TikTok, Instagram, the various platforms and formats. There's so many places and so many ways to go viral now. But does viral equal album sales? That's the question of the day, right? Because you have so many people out there. You have so many artists out there. Sage me too. Sage me, baby. Sage me, save me. Anywho, but yeah, you have so many people out there who are following artists, check on their pages every day, comment on what they have going on in the blogs, but don't download their albums. Maybe you stream it. I don't know. Maybe people stream it, but you know, there's an artist that I want to reference today that really brought this topic to my point of view, that brought it into my thought process. So, Coil Ray. Shouts out Coil Ray. Big ups Coil Ray. Much love to Coil Ray. Like I said, sage it, baby. Ain't no negativity over here. Sage. So saying that to say, I really like Coil Ray. I love her. I love her perspective and her point of view. The music she puts out, I feel like she puts out really diverse music. I feel like her topics are never really the same. Her sound is never really the same. Like, I'm kind of like, since the first song that I heard her drop, compared to where she is now, like, I don't feel like she's an artist that is one track. I feel like she's a very diverse artist. So the word on the curb right now, the word on the streets is like, you know, people are saying a lot of negative things about her album sales. They're like, oh, she only sold 10,000 albums. I'm like, alright. But what does it mean to sell an album today? You know what I'm saying? Like, pardon me, but I come from the era where, like, you actually went to the store. Like, when I was, like, put it out there. I remember in 6th grade, right? Christmas of 6th grade, you know, I got the Walkman that I wanted so bad, the Discman that I wanted so bad, the one that didn't skip. Y'all know, anybody that comes from the CD eras, you know, CDs used to skip. You get a little too jiggy, you get a little too, it starts skipping. So, like, you know, one of the things that they used to use as a selling point was non-skip. Like, oh, this CD player is the best. Go ahead and drop more money on this CD player because it doesn't skip. So I wanted the CD player that didn't skip so bad, you know? So I got the CD player that didn't skip for Christmas. Also got some bread, and I went to Best Buy. Bought some CDs. Now CDs used to be big money, bro. Like, you would spend anywhere from like, you know, $9.99 to like $25 on a CD. I'm gonna say $25 is probably the most that I ever really spent on a CD. And saying that to say, like, you used to actually go out and buy albums. Like, when you talk about people like Lil Wayne, who sold 1 million albums of the Carter 3 in a week, like, people still bought albums at that time. Like, people still went out and bought physical copies. Britney Spears, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, these are all artists that were selling 1 million albums in a week, and that meant something. Like, we're not even talking about like Michael Jackson numbers with Thriller. You know, people actually going out and buying the CD. So when you tell me Coi Leray sold 10,000 copies, I'm like, well, what does it mean to sell 10,000 copies, right? So I got curious. I always get curious. And as I do, I pull out my handy dandy notebook. Pull out my handy dandy notebook. With that being said, oops, sorry. Ooh, I hit my cat. Sorry, Cash. Anywho, pull out my handy dandy notebook. And I say, hey, what is the equivalent of an album sale in the streaming world? Because I remember, I think the last time that I went to go like buy an album, it was Pharrell's album, Pharrell's Girl album. Shouts out to Pharrell. Shouts out to the Girl album. The album was cold. I love that album. But it was Pharrell's Girl album, and that was in 2014. And I remember going to Best Buy, as I had done many moons ago in 6th grade for Christmas. And like, when I went in 6th grade, like, Best Buy had aisles. See, these are the aisles. Aisles and aisles and aisles of music Best Buy used to have, right? Flash forward to 2014, flash back right now, but flash forward in comparison to 6th grade. Flash forward to 2014, flashback. The CD selection was just a wall. Not even like mad walls. You know, it was literally just a wall in Best Buy. And I was like, what? And I didn't quite understand what was happening at that time, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a wall. And the selection was mad slim. Mad slim. The selection was not thick, alright? And so saying that to say, that was the last physical copy that I bought. And I saw that CDs were being phased out at that moment. I didn't quite grasp it fully, but that was when, like, Spotify was already there. You know, SoundCloud was already there. These platforms were already there, but I noticed going to the CD store or going to Best Buy, it wasn't the same. And so slowly but surely, you know, we already were aux cording it. You know, once our phones started, you know, doing what it was, Bluetooth and aux cord, and like, you were already with the aux cord. But then CD players stopped coming in cars. So then it's like, all right, CD players aren't in cars anymore. All right, now it's just an aux cord. Now it's just Bluetooth. So when you tell me that someone only sold 10,000 copies, it's like, all right, well, what does it mean to sell 10,000 copies? I'm getting to it. So, you know, how they really ushered people into being more consumer-based with streaming, or streaming more on a consumer level, was they were like, oh, well, no one's buying albums anymore. Well, of course, no one's going to buy them if you're not selling them. And you got to look at it from the record label perspective. It's like, you know, when downloading came about, people lost, or not people, but album sales decreased. Labels were spending money to print up albums. So you have people downloading. Shouts out to millennials. Shouts out to us. And really y'all Gen Xers. Everybody stay talking about boomers. I need y'all y'all motherfuckers to understand there is a generation between millennials and after boomers. Before millennials and after boomers. And it's called Gen X. Most millennials, our parents are Gen Xers. Alright? So Gen X started it, and they passed the baton to us, and we kept running. They started the download revolution. We started downloading BearShare, LimeWire. I can't even remember. You download a song and it's that man talking. I don't even remember what that man used to. But anyway, Napster. Napster was really the inception. You know what I'm saying? But like, you have downloads that are coming about, and now the label is still printing up these albums. They're printing up these albums, but now we're not buying the albums because we're downloading. But we weren't just downloading. Remember I said, flashback, rewind back. I said for Christmas in 6th grade, I got money to go buy CDs for my CD player. Buy CDs for my CD player. You spend $25 on an album. The single on the radio was hot. The single on the radio was hot. You buying the CD because of the single on the radio. And then you get the CD after spending $25. Album is trash. Album is trash. You done spent $25 of your money. You're a kid. You spend all this money. So of course we started downloading. Of course we were buying bundles of blanks. We buying bundles of blanks, and we're downloading. Little did we know that we were creating the world that we are living in today. Because now, you know, I say all the time that the iPhone would never have been able to take off if it wasn't for the iPod. And the iPod was lit because it's like, okay, now you don't have to carry around a group of CDs. You can have all your albums in one place, right? I'm going somewhere. I'm coming back to Coi Leray. Right? So now Steve Jobs comes out. He drops the iPhone. He drops the iPod. You know, we already had like little MP3 players and things like that. But he drops the iPhone. He drops the iPod. And first the iPod. I know. Don't get on. I know how it goes. I know the order. But saying that to say, like, the download, the 99-cent download comes about. And now, like, that's how they begin to, like, kill the free download industry. But still, you know, it's still moving progressively to downloads and streams, because now the label is seeing, like, all right, the label is seeing we're paying all this money to print up albums. No one's buying the albums. Everyone's streaming. Everyone's downloading. It wasn't streaming at that time. Everyone's downloading. So now they create streaming platforms where as a consumer, streaming platforms are lit. You pay 10, 11 bucks, you get all the access to music in the world. You get all the albums you want for $10.99 a month. Whereas you used to go buy an album for that amount of money, right? Boom. As an artist, that shit sucks balls, bro. That shit is trash as an artist. Because as an artist, here we are, back to Coi Leray, swerving back. They're saying this girl sold 10,000 copies of an album. But do you know how many streams it takes to equate to an album sale? Just guess. 1,500. 115 times. 1,500. It takes 1,500 streams to equate to one album sale. Now, do you know how much an artist gets paid per stream? Do you know? It varies. It varies depending on, you know, the platform. But the going rate for a stream for an artist is a fraction of a penny. Let that marinate. A fraction of a penny, right? Let's take $1. Let's take $1. What's a quarter of $1? What's 1/25th of $1? I'm sorry, my bad, not 1/25th. What's 1/4 of $1? 25 cents. Y'all don't clown me. You know what I meant. 1/4 of $1. 25 cents. Right? That's reasonable. If somebody told me, yo, I'm gonna give you 1/4 of a dollar, I'm gonna give you 25 cents per stream, that shit'd be lit. Nigga, even if they said a penny per stream, a penny per stream would still be more lit than 1/100th. Y'all motherfuckers gotta go back to 6th, 7th grade math. 1/100th. See, you gotta put your 1/100th of a penny is what they pay niggas per stream. So when you tell me that Shorty sold 10,000 copies, alright, let's do the math. 1,500 streams, 10,000. Hey, pull out my handy dandy calculator, bro. Cause I need us to really go through this. I need us to really go through this, bro. Because, you know, it's one of those things now where all of this shit is relevant. All of this shit is relative. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this comes back. It's all in the same order because it's like album sales, popularity, labels, signing people, the way they sign people. You know, they sign people based on popularity. They sign you based on a viral song. But then, if your shit doesn't get sales or streams, then they try and call you a failure. And that's crazy to me because I don't think that Coi Leray selling 10,000 albums is bad at all. Or getting however many streams that equates to. I don't know. I can't find my calculator on here right now. I can't find it. But you know, it's like, you know, people get signed based on popularity now. It's not about talent. It's not about, you know, people's ability to perform. Because like I said, where my sage at? There will be no shade. There will be no shade. Gotta light. But like I said, it's not about people's ability to perform. Because we saw at the BET Awards this year, there was some lit performances, and there was some people who could stand to have some artist development. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna talk shit about anybody. I'm just gonna say that there was some people that could stand to have some artist development. You feel me? And saying that to say labels have begun to cut corners since they began to cut corners ever since downloading started happening way back in the beginning of this century. Way back in the beginning of the 21st century, the early 2000s. And it's like, every corner they could cut, they've cut. And so if you're a popular person and you have mad followers and you have a viral moment, they're going to sign you. They're going to put you on a 360 deal. They're going to take your money. They're going to give you money to take money because we all know that, if we don't know, I'm going to tell you. We all know that an advance from a label is nothing but a loan. Because you got to recoup. You got to pay back. So they're going to sign you. They're going to give you money. They're going to promote you barely. They don't even want to promote like they used to. Like, you know, MTV, VH1, they don't play videos anymore. You know, it's all about TikTok. It's all about Instagram. It's all about streaming. Like radio, does radio still have the same weight? I mean, I don't really know. I don't listen to the radio like that. But does radio still have the same sway that it once had? So the question of the day, the topic, does popularity equal album sales? You have people like Chris Brown, who has umpteen million followers on Instagram. Millions and millions of followers. But those followers don't always translate to album sales. People want to watch you. People want to talk about you. We're in an era where everybody has a voice. Everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing, like my sage, there's nothing negative about that. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying. So like, before people would go buy your album to get close to you. You know what I'm saying? They buy your album to look at your artwork. They'd go buy the magazine you were featured in to read your thoughts. Well, now they follow you on Twitter. Now they follow you on Instagram. Now they follow you on TikTok. like they're close to you. Why buy your music when they can go on the next blog and talk shit about you in the blog? That makes them feel close to you, you know? Labels don't do the work because it's like they don't want to invest in the artist. They don't want to waste their money. They want you to do all the work, you know? The promo game ain't the same. So I leave you with this. Question, the topic of the day. Answer in the comments if you feel anything that I said. If you feel me. If you felt anything that I said today, please be so kind as to hit us up in the comments. All Rappity Raps to check in. I have been your girl, Tiye. You can find me at Tiye Cochran on Instagram. Tiye the Talented on Twitter. Shouts out Shalom Little. Shouts out 5 a.m. Let's get it, let's go. I'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. until I feel like I'm done with the topic. Every day this week we're gonna do 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, but I think next week I'm gonna do later in the night. So yeah, fuck with me.